Okay, so I'm sick of the BS and nonsense of people thinking that what I said about the X-T2 being faster than the Nikon D500 is nonsense. I'm going to post two videos. I'm going to use the 24-70 not a shabby lens, certainly plenty fast on the Nikon D500, and I'm going to use a 90mm on the Fuji X-T2. I'm going to show you, I'm going to have to film through the viewfinder of the Nikon D500, and then I'm going to film on the back of the LCD of the Fuji X-T2, and then I'm going to show you that both in aperture priority at f4, that the Fuji X-T2 has substantially faster autofocus tracking. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and forth between this microphone and that chair arm. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Okay? You want hardcore empirical evidence that what I said is correct? You think I've slanted this in any way? You think I've actually crippled the D500 once you see the videos in some way? Well, you make up your mind. It doesn't matter what you do or what evidence you present, someone's always going to cry foul. I'm going to have the D500 in 9-box continuous autofocus tracking, or it's actually 25-point, and the same autofocus area box group on continuous autofocus with the correct tracking set on the X-T2. I'm going to have the absolute fastest tracking set for the X-T2 and the absolute fastest tracking set for the Nikon D500. I will post the two videos, and you can go back and forth, and I'll go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and once you watch both videos, you make up your own mind, but it'll be irrefutable and absolutely existentially so the case that the Fuji X-T2 has faster autofocus tracking. Do you think that this is a bad example to demonstrate the autofocus tracking? Obviously, we're not talking about squirrels on crack. We're not talking about tracking race cars. But I made the statement that the autofocus tracking is faster on the Fuji X-T2 than the D500. So do you think that's an invalid test, going back and forth between two objects that are about 5 feet away? I'm pretty sure that that is valid. If you want me to go outside and do the test again as race cars are going around the track, or I don't know what you want me to do, but it is a test, and it's a valid test. I'll stand in the same place, and I'll go back and forth, back and forth. You think that's not valid? Then I suggest you buy a D500 and a Fuji X-T2. I've got two of these and two of these. What I said was accurate. What I said was correct, and I'll post a couple of videos to prove same. Whether you believe it or not, I don't care. You see, I don't sell this camera and I don't sell that camera. Whatever you buy makes you happy, that's perfectly fine with me. I made a statement that the autofocus tracking is faster if you said it correctly on the Fuji X-T2. A lot of people have been testing the Fuji X-T2, don't know how to set the autofocus tracking correctly, because you have to set the autofocus area, you have to set the zone, and then you have to set the custom. People think, oh, well, that's too much. Well, if you get everything right and you know what you're doing with the Fuji X-T2, it is faster than the Nikon D500. Okay? So, let the videos roll. Those will be the next two videos. Bye.